GTR Festival would be good. Is it actually, you think it's going to go this year or no?
Hopefully, man. I've never seen his rear end that dirty.
It's raining. We're heading down to do a little cars and coffee though. In the rain with 1,000 horsepower. Driven, not hidden. This thing is super clean.
I got my big fucking jacket. Always got it.
All I know is I need a coffee, and I need a coffee now. Taking this coffee thing a little too serious. So sick.
I want a mama.
Right, I've got plenty of them. If you want one, come borrow mine. The old cappuccino.
The second cappuccino.
Yeah, the second cappuccino. So we are clearly a little early to this cars and coffee, but it's a pretty sweet little setup. We'll see if it picks up at all. Just moving his car. This is by far one of my favorite 32s, man. Like if I can get my car, just look how it sits. It's so perfect. A little bit dirty, but that's all right. Perfection.
A little later.
And we are back home. It's a good little cars and coffee. It was raining earlier. You can still see a little bit of the wetness outside. But we're back now. And I found a problem. So, put everything back on for the rear subframe, but have a look at this. Let me see if I can't set the camera down so you can see it. When I grab the wheel, I shouldn't be able to move it. But I have so much play inside the actual wheel. So I think I'm gonna have to pull the whole wheel off because that's the hub. Like everything here is done up pretty tight. So I don't know why there's play. Because I'll show you on the other side. You see how I can't move it at all? So there's something going on there. And yeah, I've got to try and get to the bottom of that because it's got new wheel bearings everywhere, so it shouldn't move. So I've got this big, huge impact socket for that guy. And I'm just gonna tighten it down. It shouldn't matter, but I'm gonna have to pull the wheel off and figure that out. All right, so I just need to add in here, this is my lesson in humility. I didn't know what the hell I was looking at here. I just knew that the wheel wasn't supposed to move like that. So the next part is me basically trying to explain my thought process on it. Like I said, I didn't know at the time. A couple of my friends, as you'll see, come in to kind of rescue me on this one. You don't know what you don't know, and I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong, and I was wrong here. But you'll see. Show you guys something that I've been kind of to working on, so excuse the mess, but this is my second GTR build I've got going on here. Little model car. And what I'm gonna try and do, you can see the stock twins aren't on there. I decided to try and make a single turbo conversion for it. So that'll sit in there like that. It's like a big ass pro mod for it. So, I don't know, second little GTR build. We'll put it together and then I'll show you guys the finished product of that later on, but not too much is happening with the 32. I mean, I know you guys are basically wanting build updates and stuff like that. Right now, my main focus, honestly, is getting the long block together.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
As you can see, I've got the wheel off, the brakes are off. Most of the hub is taken apart. I've got the axle out. And what I'm trying to do is diagnose why my hub has this play to it. So, as you can see, it's moving a few millimeters left and right, which will basically mess the alignment up when the car is running. So I want to fix this now. Now if you look on the inside, you can actually see the bearing is fine, but the whole assembly seems to move. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. So what I'm gonna do is take the entire hub off again and try and figure out what's going on, because something's obviously not seated correctly. This is the hub and wheel bearing, and what I was hoping was that the wheel bearing itself wasn't messed up, but either it's not seated all the way or it's messed up. I'm not sure yet, but basically where the play from this hub is coming from is right here. So I'll just set the camera up real quick and see if I can't show it to you. All right, so I'm not sure if you'll be able to see, but just watch the two surfaces here. I'm not sure if you guys can see that actually happening here. There should be no movement there. And you can see the bearing in there moving. Fuck. So I'm not sure if all I've got to do is just press it further, or if that's just actually fucked already. If it is, that sucks, because that was like 220 bucks for a wheel bearing. Now gone for nothing. So see if I can't press it further on first, because I mean, if the wheel bearing's messed up, it's already messed up. So, well, here's my lesson in humility. So all it needed to do was be basically shored up with the nut. I just needed to hit it with the rattle gun and tighten this up, and it's taken all of the play that bearing carrier had moving back and forward, taking it right out. So thank you to two of my friends, Mara and Anthony, because yeah, they just saved me some money, even though it cost me a little bit of humility. One thing I have learned is, if you don't know something, ask for help. If you think you know and you don't really know, don't bullshit. Just say you don't know. Ask for help. Take your lumps that you're gonna get, and that's it. Like, I should have asked for help with this thing, cause let me tell you, I fucked it up. The paint, the turbo that I tried to make, it just. We're gonna leave this here because it was my first attempt at a model car. I think I'm gonna buy another one and try this again, but lesson in humility. If you don't know, ask for help. Don't be afraid to eat your mistakes and keep moving. Anyway, that's probably gonna be it for this video. I'm gonna go ahead and put all this back together, so you guys probably won't see that, but I'll put the rear wheel back on, brakes back together and get this thing back to where it's still not running.